Some recording, some summer touring, some more writing, some more pie baking. One of my goals for the summer is to not get sunburned.
Aside from sunscreen and the occasional apricot pie, the life of Gillian Welch happily revolves around music. That's what brought her to the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival this past June. And today, as we celebrate her 40th birthday, it's backstage at Bonnaroo with Gillian Welch on Words and Music from Studio A. Hi, I'm Rita Houston. A few months recovered from my annual trip to Manchester, Tennessee, and the gotta see it to get it experience of Bonnaroo. Over the years, there have been many musical highlights, and a backstage post is prime territory for being a part of them. One person who has a couple of entries in the Bonnaroo history books is Gillian Welch, and this year was no exception as she and David Rawlings brought out none other than John Paul Jones as a surprise guest during their set. Later that day, the duo stopped by for a return visit to FUV's Live from Bonnaroo broadcast, and I was fortunate enough to spend some time chatting with Gillian and the mic-shy David Rawlings about what they've been up to and what to expect next. A few live performances are in order as well, so think back to June as we head backstage with Gillian Welch here on FUV. It's Rita Houston hanging out. Friday nights, our time together on the radio with the whole wide world. And so psyched once again to be hanging out backstage at Bonnaroo and welcoming Gillian Welch into the studios. Hey.
Hey there, Rita.
How you doing?
Good. Pretty good.
Fantastic set this afternoon.
Thanks. It was hot and swinging.
It was hot and swinging. Great crowd response.
They were excellent.
It was
you'd think that the heat would mellow people out, and it doesn't appear to work that way.
Not at Bonnaroo. And then halfway through your set or so, you're like, well, in Bonnaroo fashion, we have a special guest we'd like to bring out.
We had a very special guest, John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin.
How do you guys know him? How'd that whole thing happen?
He is the biggest bluegrass head. He just loves bluegrass music, and which we should know from him playing mandolin, those many years ago on those records. And he turns up at bluegrass festivals all over the place.
Wow.
And it's just the most mellow, unassuming guy. And so we met him at a bluegrass festival and invited him to sit in and pick with us at a midnight jam, which he did.
Nashville?
This was in North Carolina. And so that's when we met him. And so then we found out, I think yesterday, that he was going to be here. And so we figured out a couple songs to do in our trailer backstage before the gig. So we did Miss Ohio and Back in Time off our last record. And then we got him back up at the end of our set to play Jackson.
That was so cool. Now, is he good? Does he have chops?
Yeah, man.
Just asking, from your opinion.
Let me put it this way: he's kind of too good at bluegrass. Like we ran a couple more bluegrass songs with him, and he's too legitimate a bluegrass player for us. Like he's got that driving Monroe style chop, and we're so lazy and behind the beat. I'm like, oh wait, we can't do that. I can't do that. So we had to bail on the real life bluegrass and do songs of ours, But he and David have a beautiful interplay because Dave's little archtop guitar that he plays, it's enough in the mandolin family that when John Paul Jones sits in with us and plays with Dave, they get this beautiful interplay of the two archtops. It's great.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
Gillian Welch is with us here, backstage at Bonnaroo at 90.7 FM. Also recently saw you in New York on the Bright Eyes tour, and those are some magical, fantastic shows, complete with big finishes of you banging drums on there. And
psychedelic light show and the whole deal, yeah.
Now, how did you guys meet Connor, and how'd that whole thing come together?
We physically met him at the Newport Folk Festival a couple years ago.
Oh, I remember that. That was an awesome year when you guys were there, and yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually when we met Connor. And then I guess we did a couple shows with him. We went and played with him down at the Ryman in Nashville when he came through town. And And then he asked us to come up to Manhattan. They were starting the first sessions for Casadega, what would turn into Casadega. And so David and I went up to Manhattan, and like Dave played some electric guitar and some acoustic guitar, and we both sang some. And a beautiful friendship was forged.
And it's awesome for us music fans because it's such a good match.
It was a really good match.
Yeah.
Kind of a shockingly good match, I think, for some people. I wasn't shocked. I usually believe that when one artist has a deep, abiding love for another artist, and it's mutual, that it usually works out.
That it will come together. And of course, you singing on Classic Cars on the record is like just an awesome.
I loved in the show we started doing a song that Connor usually does solo acoustic, a really beautiful song called Lua.
Right.
And so we arranged that for a little acoustic trio, and I think the night you were in Manhattan we did that in the encore.
Yeah.
That's been really fun, and I think it's been fun for him to have a little spacey acoustic band.
Before we get into some live music here, I just want to ask you, Gillian, there's a bunch of new songs you guys have been playing lately. The one, I guess, we've been calling it Throw Me a Rope, but you're not calling it Throw Me a Rope, you're calling it The Way It Should Be, or you're not sure what you're calling it?
When we wrote it, we called it The Way It Will Be.
Right.
But I might have to defer to the general populace. Pretty much everyone else calls it Throw Me a Rope. So I think I'm going to just give in to majority rule and call it Throw Me a Rope. So let's just say now, okay, that song Throw Me a Rope. Yeah. People
love that song. I mean, of course, you guys know I'm a big fan, and we're always playing you guys on FUV, and people call and request that song. Like, there is something going on. Whenever you guys are in town, people are like, oh, come on, can we hear it?
Well, that's the first time we ever played it on the radio, was here with you.
Oh, at the Bonnaroo 2 years ago.
When you were about to go off the air,
right.
We were supposed to come play for you, and it had taken us so long to get around this whole site. By the time we got to you, you were about to sign off. So we just ran in there and uncased our instruments and played Throw Me a Rope. This is a new song. It's too new to be named. Still I don't know why. I can't say your name without a crow flying by. Gotta watch my back now that you turn me around. Got me walking backwards into my hometown. Throw me a rope on the rolling tide. What did you want it to be? You said it's him or me. The way you made it, that's the way it will be. We were 7 years on the Burma shore, with Gatling guns and paint. Working the lowlands door to door, like
like a Latter-day Saint. Then you turned me out at the top of the stairs. You took all the glory that you just couldn't share. Throw me a rope on the rolling tide. What did you want it to be? You said it's him or me. The way you made it, that's the way it will be. I've never been so disabused. I've never been so mad. I've never been served anything that tasted so bad. You might need a friend any day now, any day. Oh, my brother, be careful. You are drifting away. Throw me a rope on the rolling tide. What did you want it to be? You said it's him or me. The way you made it, that's the way it will be. The way you made it, that's the way it will be.
It is a really awesome song. Have you guys been working on some new ones?
We have been. We put a few things in the set. You heard something today. We did our funny
Right.
little. We got a new song called Knuckleball Catcher.
It gets some laughs too. It's beautiful lyrics, great little couplets. I believe that's what writers call them.
It does have some quirky couplets. So yeah, we did that. There've been a couple other ones we didn't play today, but I don't know. We're trying. We have some new songs, not a whole record's worth by any stretch, but probably enough to start recording.
Just start putting out one song at a time. We're cool with that.
Singles. I'm
Yeah,
cool with
come
that
on, we're
too.
cool. Like just give some 45s, little B-side action.
Yeah, that'd suit me. That'd be fine.
I think, yeah, we're ready. We're talking to Gillian Welch here backstage at Bonnaroo at 90.7 FM WFUV. So you guys have been known to bust this Radiohead cover, Black Star.
We have. It's true.
And we love that one at FUV. You guys feel like playing it for us now?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, here it is. We're backstage at Bonnaroo. Gillian Welch, David Rawlings are our guests here on FUV.
I get home from work and you're still standing in your dressing gown. Well, what am I to do? I know all these things around your hair and what they do to you. What are we coming I don't think of you. No, but I keep falling over, I keep passing out when I see a face like you. What am I coming to? Gonna melt down, blame it on the black sky, blame it on the falling sky, blame it on the satellite that beat me home.
Gillian Welch and David Rawlings live in the Bonnaroo studios tonight. 90.7 FM WFUV, coming to you live from Manchester, Tennessee, back home in New York, and all around the whole wide world at WFUV.org. Thank you guys, that was awesome.
Thanks.
A lot of people have recorded your songs over the years, and it's kind of a crazy combination of people.
Yeah, it's very eclectic.
Yeah. Do you try and get your songs out there for other people? Because it's kind of like two different things, right? You write for yourself, and then do other people just go, wow, I'm a huge Gillian fan, I want to cut the tune? Or do you want to work your tunes in that way?
People seem to find the songs, which is nice. Now, right when I moved to Nashville, before I had a record deal, I had a songwriting deal. So it was different then. You know, this is before we ever had a record out. You know, I had a publisher who was trying to get my songs cut, and so like I got a song cut by Trisha Yearwood, and I got a couple songs cut by Kathy Mattea, and you know, female country artists.
And can you make money with that? Is it like a was it good to you in the beginning?
You can make money on that. I did actually have a top 10 cut with Kathy Mattea.
Wow.
And that's how David and I started buying our recording equipment.
Oh.
That was the beginning of us recording our own music. It was really from our song 455 Rocket that Kathy Mattea cut.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, how about now? Are you guys still, or is it, if it happens, it happens?
Now
but
it's kind of different. Now it seems like people find the songs through our records and through liking us and hearing us, you know, which is cool. There are exceptions to that. Like Buddy Miller called me, you know, maybe a year ago and said, "Do you ever write any soul songs or R&B songs?" And I said, "Well, funny, I've got this little drawer full of songs." And he said, "That's great, because I'm producing a record on Solomon Burke." So that's how that happened.
Wow.
So I had all these weird little, they're like soul songs, and I thought, well, I'm just going to put them in this drawer and no one's ever going to hear them.
Because you didn't necessarily have a desire to record them.
Well, I had a desire, but I'm just not really known as much of a soul singer. But, you know, all that stuff is in my record collection. But it just seems so unlikely that any of these little songs would find the right home.
Right.
And then, lo and behold, it couldn't have found a better home.
Absolutely. That was a great cut on that record.
Yeah. So occasionally funny things happen, you know.
Gillian Welch is with us here at 90.7 FM WFUV. I've been to a lot of your concerts. I've been to a lot of Gomez concerts. I've been to a lot of, I don't know who else I can think of right now. But there's one other artist that I've been to more concerts than any other artist. And it's a guy by the name of Barry Manilow. Now, this is a little known fact that I've been to more Barry shows than most people even listening to the radio right now ever knew.
Unreal.
I've been all over to see Barry Manilow.
So you know he's fantastic.
So I know he's fantastic, and I recently learned that you too, Gillian, feel Barry Manilow is fantastic.
Well, he's a badass. Can I say that on the radio?
You just did.
Okay. Here's the funny story with us. Barry came to Nashville, and he was doing a television special with a bunch of country artists, and all these country people were going to sing Barry Manilow songs, and Barry's going to sing with them and play with them, and he asked us to be on the show, sort of representing new up-and-coming scrappy young country, which is cool because we're scrappy, and so and he picked the song. It was one of his very, very earliest songs. And people don't know this. He had a Nashville connection. Right when he really started breaking, he got the news of some big hit single the night he was playing the Exit in Nashville.
Wow.
So he's got this kind of Nashville connection, and he loves country music. So anyhow, Dave and I took this Barry Manilow song that kind of has this kind of disco beat, and we totally countrified it and turned it into like a Hank Williams sounding song, and he loved it. He flipped out. And
what song is it?
It's called Sweetwater Jones.
Wow.
It's on his first record. And so we sang this sweet tune with Barry, and he still plays it for all his friends.
That's so awesome, because I get some flack from my friends for loving Barry and spending hundreds of dollars to go see him.
Let me just tell you.
Some of my friends say, like, Rita, it doesn't add up. And I say, oh, yes, it does.
The reason I say he's such a badass is, if you'd seen, there are very few musicians I know who could have pulled off what he did in these 2 days in Nashville. In 2 days, he met maybe 10 country artists, learned his own songs in brand new keys after playing them for 20 years, and performed them, singing other parts, baritone parts, and playing in alternate keys the very next day, with one run through. It was fairly staggering. And with us, he sang a third harmony part with us, weaving in and out between Dave's baritone, and because Dave is a squirrely singer. He doesn't just stay on one part. He moves between different parts. Don't you, Dave? Come on, say hi to the nice people.
They want to say hi to Dave.
Oh no, hi. I'm squirrely.
There he goes. Squirrely Dave Rawlings, everybody. So anyhow, we can stop talking about Barry, but you shouldn't put down what you don't know about.
Well, and that's true. And I have to say, I do feel a little cooler in my love for Barry, knowing that you're with me on this front, Gillian. That does make me feel a little better. What do you guys like? Not like a personal question, but it's sort of a personal question. Like, what's your lives like? Like, what do you do? Do you garden? Do you play golf? Do you play tennis? Like, what do you do when you're not being singers on stage? Like, what are you into? Do you
Sadly,
I collect stamps?
I really don't have much of a life. I'm fairly what do they call it? Monomaniacal. I just sort of play music. That's pretty much it. Let's see. I'll try to give you some tidbits. I bake a hell of an apricot pie.
Well, that's nice.
I really do. And I've been considering for a few years now entering my stewed apricot pie in a bake-off, because I feel fairly certain I'm going to take home a ribbon.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So I do bake pies. I don't know.
You have a dog? No pets?
2 cats.
2 cats?
Got 2 cats. Maybelle and Hot Dog. I got a cat named Hot Dog. There was an old song, right, from the 60s? Walking My Cat Named Dog.
Walking My Cat Named Dog.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Norma Tanega.
Norma Tanega.
Very nice.
Yeah, good job there, Squirrely.
It's all up there. It's all up there. We're talking to Gillian Welch here at 90.7 FM WFUV. What's next for you guys? Any plans? Anything we need to know about?
Some recording, some summer touring, some more writing, some more pie baking. I don't know. one of my goals for the summer is to not get sunburned. Trying,
If you keep hanging around these places, it might not work for you.
Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of more of the same. Actually, we're going to go to Scandinavia for the first time.
Oh, cool.
I'm kind of excited to go meet the good people of Scandinavia, where this time of year the sun really won't be going down. So apparently it's just one party just turns into the next party. So that's where we're going to be going in August.
Fun.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Gillian Welch is with us here at 90.7 FM WFUV. How about one more tune live in the studios?
Okay. What, do you want us to pick it?
Sure.
Okay. All right. We'll surprise you.
Here we go. Backstage at Bonnaroo 2007 with Look at Miss Ohio from Gillian Welch and David Rawlings. Today's Words and Music from Studio A was produced by Sarah Wardrop, and you can visit WFUV.org to find this program and more backstage and in-studio performances. I'm Rita Houston, and this is 90.7 FM WFUV in New York.